portrait AI or manual edits. Here's two pictures, both the exact same photo. One was edited manually, the other one was edited using portrait AI. Before you go further in the video, let me know which one you prefer, photo 1 or photo 2. Pause the video here, go to the comment section and just put a 1 or put a 2. Let me know which one you think was the portrait AI and which one was the manual edit. On the screen in front of you are the answers to which one was manual edit and which one was portrait. So let's go ahead and take a deeper look. When I edited the photo, all I did was click AI auto and I pulled the auto down until it hit about 28. That's what I think looked good for the photo. Personally, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I removed blemishes. There would be some B-roll playing of that. So that way, and then I just created a version of the image. So let's go ahead and take a look at the portrait AI version. There's a lot of different philosophies on how to use portrait AI, and that's not what I'm here to show you right now. What I'm here to show you is you have these sliders and then you have options, right? Now, if you are editing photos quickly, I understand why this is attractive. The problem is I don't have a dedicated mask for the skin itself, right? And you know, you'll say, oh, well, the mask that you're using up here, that is for the skin. Well, one, this mask doesn't look like this by default. I actually had to paint in and probably could paint in a little bit more of her skin. When it originally made the mask, it made it like weird. Part of this was cut off and that's fine, right? It does its best as AI to find the locations in which the mask should be, and then it tries to apply it there. That's all it was trying to do. I'm not going to be mad at it. So using portrait AI, you have these masked sliders or these sliders that you can use to edit the image in these very specific areas. And that in itself is like a mask. But the problem is you only have control of these options and you don't have much leeway, right? And you can't make the mask what you want it to be. You can just select where the eye is and then it does its AI thing, because that's the whole purpose of using AI. I'm not knocking portrait AI. I think that it works, especially if you're cranking out a ton of photos and you just need something that, you know, I think that this looks good, right? If this was for a client, I would absolutely deliver this as a client image after I make a little bit more adjustments and stylize it. I haven't added any of like my stylized presets to make this pop. I just did the basic retouching, okay? Let's go ahead and hit done on this and take a look at the one that I did on my own. The difference here is in the effects and the local adjustments. Now, I use the skin retouching option here, and just take a look at the mask. The mask is so precise, right? And yeah, you could probably get something close to this with portrait AI. The problem is these areas of skin that aren't her face, right? With portrait AI, it's only really going to focus on the face. It doesn't do a good job at taking care of the skin because it blurred her ear in a very weird way on a previous one. But with this, I also get to choose the skin color, and I can really build out how I want the evenness of this color to spread across our skin, right? So I choose the skin color and I can bring the evenness down or I can bring it up. And this is just evening out the color of her skin. Now, you don't want to crank it up too high. I think here is about right. And to me, this just gives her a very even look, for lack of better words. And I really appreciate this, okay? So don't sleep on the skin retouching inside of the filters effect. Now, the next thing is really, and really where everything else is happening, is inside of the local adjustments. Now, I labeled these as to what they do, so I'll turn them off and we'll turn them on one at a time, so that way you can see the buildup. All right, so the first thing that I like to do, with the exception of hair, right? I start with the face. So I like to work from the top to the bottom. This is just a personal preference. So the first thing that I do is I do my eyebrow and eyelash enhancer. If you look at her eyebrows and her eyelashes, you see they just get a little bit darker, right? They pop off of her skin. That's all this is a personal thing. And it's no secret to what I'm using here, right? Exposure down a little bit, structure up, boom. All right, super simple. Next thing is I add an eye adjustment. This is really just giving her a little pop of clarity and brightness in her eye. I don't want to do it too much because if you go too crazy, start looking alienish. That's crazy. Nobody wants that. And I used a magic eraser, the magic eye fixer, which is a preset that comes with On One. So you can just go ahead and drop that in. I didn't change anything on this. I just went ahead and painted that on. And then I bring down the opacity to something that looks good, which I think that does. Then the next thing I do is I come down to teeth, right? Because I've already taken care of the skin, which is the first thing that I do. Now, with the teeth, I brought this down to 51%, but really every photo is different. I could probably even bring this down a little bit more. Look, the goal with making white teeth is not to make them glow, all right? At least in my opinion. Just something that gives the teeth a little bit of clarity and, it helps tie the face together, right? Because if the teeth are too dark, now you're like looking at the eyes and it doesn't bring you through the image, and you really want to go through the image. So bring the teeth in and you got a good look there. Now lips, I don't really do too much with lips usually, but this time because it was in the portrait AI, I decided to mess around with the lips. So bring down the overall piece, but all I did here was bring up the vibrance. This is something that, again, I don't do all that much, but you can bring up the vibrance. There's probably some other ways of editing lips using some effects. Let me know in the comment section below if you got some cool tricks and tips for that. Now, the last one, this is subjective, but I like to throw a little bit of highlights in my hair. So I threw a few highlights in the hair, and to me, this is probably still way too much. I could probably dial it down because this is really just supposed to be a subtle, like, hey, my hair, I could see that I have detail in the hair. That's all it's there for. But that is essentially the edit. So we'll hit done, take a look at both of these one last time. Manual edit on the left, portrait AI on the right. Let me know which one you think is the better one in the comment section below. If you found this content helpful, go ahead and smash the like button. If you want more, hit subscribe. If you want to see more, go ahead and click the video that's popping up on the screen. Until the next time, stay inspired and keep creating. Peace.